What is my method of training? I like to look at training in the same way that I look at children going to school. When your dog arrives, it is at the preschool level of dog training. And what do you learn in preschool? You learn how to be calm and you learn how to pay attention. The first week of training, your dog is learning just that, how to be calm and how to pay attention. It is a time in which your dog is in a very low stress setting. Things are slowed way down. Everything is slowed down from feeding to entering and exiting the kennel. Walks are even done slowly. Because once you slow down a dog's body, its mind follows. So on day 1, your dog is introduced to the e-collar in a very non-stressful, slow, and gentle manner. Once it understands the purpose of the e-collar, which is guidance, I can take it for its first walk. Now, the first walk is just in the backyard. We're walking circles in the backyard. We're walking across the backyard. And the first walk is done with the e-collar also. So as I give your dog guidance with the prong collar, it's also getting a little information from the e-collar. The first 2 to 3 days, probably the first week, honestly, the dog is spending more time in its kennel than it is outside of the kennel. And that is because it is learning how to be calm in the kennel. It has to learn how to be calm in a low stress area and situation, a place where it feels safe first, before it can be expected to be calm where there is a chance of greater stress. Your dog does get formal training on these days, though. We start introducing new commands, and the new commands are introduced with food and with clicker. I show the dog the food. I move the food so that its body follows into the position I want as I tell it what the command is. I click it to say when it finishes the command, and reward it with the food. After about 2 or 3 days of this, I can start using the prong collar to guide its body into the positions as I give it the commands. Week 2, we have normally left preschool and graduated to elementary. At this point, your dog is beginning to understand what the words mean. And it's probably taking its time. I'm not expecting a lot of it. Now I'm going to start expecting more. Now I'm going to expect it to do the commands a little more quickly. I'm going to expect it to be able to hold certain commands with me not being as close to it. I'm going to start introducing duration to certain commands. So you have to hold this command for even longer than you did before. I'm going to, towards the end of the week, begin adding distractions to the commands. Distractions like toys, like noise, like other animals or dogs. The walks will be taken instead of in the backyard. We'll probably go up the driveway, and towards the end of the week, out down the road. Week 3, we have now gone into high school. And in high school, you pretty much know everything. This is after hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times of the dog hearing sit, or down, or place. And they understand fully what those mean. Now we're beginning to add greater amounts of stress. The dog can actually handle more stress because it's learned how to be calm with no stress, then a little more stress, and now we have quite a bit of stress. So we're taking your dog to the park, and your dog is having to do commands at the park. It's having to listen to the commands and follow through with lots of distraction. Bicycles, people, squirrels, other dogs, new smells. It's having to do all the commands. It's having to walk very nicely, no lunging. It's not allowed to sniff the ground while we're walking. It's on a mission. It's on a job. By the time you receive your dog, it fully understands what is required of it, and you can expect it to perform as it has been taught.